Now to the investigation into the death of a Navy SEAL candidate, Kyle Mullen, and the hospitalization of another after completing the grueling training phase known as Hell Week.
Yeah, a lot of questions being raised here. We're going to bring in ABC News contributor and retired Navy SEAL, former Deputy Commander of U.S. Central Command, Vice Admiral Bob Harward. Sir, good to have you here with us. And I want to know your reaction when you first heard, of course, first and foremost, our thoughts with this man's family, Kyle Mullen. We have photos here from Yale and LinkedIn of Kyle Mullen. But when you hear that he made it through Hell Week but ended up falling ill, what was the first thing that came to mind for you?
Well, TJ, just as you said, what the families, what the shipmates, everyone else is going through now. Any tragedy in our community, our SEAL family, is always a tragic loss for everyone. And the first thing you think about is how do we ensure we don't repeat this? How do we prevent this thing? But in the history, if you look at the training, we've been doing this for 60, 70 years now. In the last 20 years, there have been 4 fatalities in the training pipeline. Each of those assessed, each of those evaluated to ensure we can prevent those future losses. So that's what went through my mind. And again, we still have to wait till a medical examination to determine the cause of the death. So both those things are pending, and we'll have to see how that plays out here over the next few days.
And Bob, can you give us a sense of what Hell Week is like? What are these men going through? What is it like? And I know this is just phase 1, correct, of like a full year of intense training.
That's exactly right, Amy. It's a tough hurdle. It's really an assessment program for these young kids to determine if they have the mental and physical fortitude to become a SEAL. So it occurs in the first month or 2 of the 1-year training pipeline. We've had over 5,000 complete that over the last 20 years. And it's basically you're going through a week without sleep, and during that time you're incessantly moving and being mentally and physically challenged and dealing with the environments. They have you in the ocean for long periods of times. You reach the point of hypothermia, which helps us to assess their mental and physical conditioning, much less their ability to overcome stress. So this assessment is a critical component of the training, and it's dangerous, but at the same time they're incessantly being evaluated. There's medical personnel on site through all the elements of training, so it's very carefully monitored. And in those 21 years, there's been no, I still have to verify, there may have only been 1 casualty or fatality, individual who was on one of the 4-mile swims, but we still need to validate that. So again, he made it through that training, and when the training's completed, they then lock them down. They can't leave. They go home or stay on base there in Cess. And this is when that occurred. About 6 hours after they completed the training, he was unresponsive, one of his shipmates. And then medical care was called in. And unfortunately, they were unable to resuscitate him.
You mentioned the few that have died in previous years, past 20 years. After those deaths and after this, does something or has something been tweaked in the training or changed? But when you have, or is this a matter of when you have this many going through it over so many years, that unfortunately, given how strenuous it is and given the demands, that unfortunately you might end up with a death that occurs?
Well, TJ, there's no unfortunate death. They're tragic. And we're going to do everything, the community does everything to prevent that. But it also brings up a couple points. Listen, they're going into a very dangerous career path, and they're going to spend a lifetime doing that. And so this assessment of them and their ability to assess that this is the life they want to pursue, it's hazardous work. So no, the system is constantly tweaked and improved. In my time, they just brought you out, and if you could talk or speak, you weren't hypothermic enough. Then they went into medical devices that could determine your body core while you were in the process to ensure you did not risk fatalities from hypothermia. So it's constantly tweaked and assessed. We've even brought in third-party entities to assess it. So that's an ongoing process. The program is constantly tweaked, but every event they do, every element of it is linked to a mission set and a core skill they're going to need for their careers. So this assessment program's training, but so is the career they're going to pursue. And we're looking to keep these guys for a long time. And it's interesting to note that this Hell Week results in the highest attrition rate in the training program. And so we're always assessing it and trying to improve it. But then again, the program results in a high retention rate. Those individuals who become SEALs enjoy, and the community enjoys, one of the highest retention rates of any community in the military service. And so that's one of the real benefits of this program.
Well, Vice Admiral Bob Harward, we really appreciate your time, your expertise, your perspective. Thank you so much for all of that and your service.
Thank you, Amy.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.